All right, students. So we started mapping out the eyes, but now you have to adjust. You're constantly adjusting, okay? So I'm going to show you on mine because I made a few mistakes and I'm going to show you how to fix them, okay? So we just did a messy sketch of the eye and we're going to try to do the nose, but I can see that I made a mistake. So before you do the nose, and yes, the nose does come from the corner of the eye. It's still there. I'm still in the right proportion. But I want you to see this is going to be too low. So let's find out what happened. Your eyes are supposed to be halfway from the top of your head to the bottom of your chin. Just like in this drawing, halfway from the top of the circle to the bottom of your chin, halfway are your eyes. And then halfway from that is your nose. And then halfway from that is the bottom of your lips. So when you're looking here, let's just see what happened. So from the top of my circle, or top of my head to my chin, halfway would be a little bit lower. So it looks like I raised my eyes unconsciously. I'm not even sure what happened, but they should have been down here, and then this nose would have been fine. Not a big deal. I'm going to actually raise them to right here, raise my nose, which then I'm going to have to raise my mouth, which then I'll have to raise my chin. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. I'm going to go backwards so that you can see how to fix this. Okay, so we'll get there in a second. So don't freak out. Some of you are worried about the sides of your face and stuff. Just take a breath. It'll all work itself out. Now that we have the eyes and they're the right distance and they're the right shape, we now can adjust for everything. So the first thing you have to do is make sure that your nose isn't too low. So just double check that your eyes made it to the middle, and then your nose. If it's not in the middle and you raised your eyes, you need to raise your nose. Okay, so let's get started. And sometimes that happens just because you're sitting and your paper's on the table and you're drawing at an angle down. And sometimes that's what does it. No big deal. You are in control of your drawing. You just have to adjust. Okay, so we're going to start our nose. And just like your eyes, they're just built out of shapes. And in this packet, okay, that I handed out one of the first days, we have some shapes that sort of make up the nose and shapes that make up the mouth. And I'm going to give you, here you can see these shapes are made out of circles to make the lips, and here you can see that there's a box way. I'm going to show you another way when I draw on here. So there's many ways to get to these figures in. You just have to kind of figure out what works best for you, right? Okay, so if you notice, what they're mapping out with the biggest circle is the part of your nose that sticks out the farthest. These smaller circles are going to be the sides of your nose, right? What I want you to notice in my drawing here is that I'll draw on this one, that the tip of the nose is actually right here, and then this is the space that goes back to where the nose hits the skin. Okay, so these are the shapes I'm going to make with this extra piece so that I know that I'm seeing the bottom of the nose. Okay, so if you look at this drawing, here you can see I drew on these. Here's the tip, here's the nostril, that's probably better if the light's off, and then here's the shape right here, okay? And I'll show you one more. Okay, on this one is a little pointed. This one is a little farther down. So here's the top, and here are the sides, and there still is that little shape right there. Okay, she has a really pointed nose. So on your drawing, let's let this focus real quick. right, so what I need to do, what I see is mine's sort of at an angle this way, so I need to get this back in because I want to know where the middle is. I also have already mapped out this part from the nose because that helped me with the eyes. I'm going to leave that. We are not going to draw the sides of the nose. We're just going to draw the shapes. So I know that this is where I want the tip to be. So I'm going to draw that first. I'm going to draw the sides. Mine are a little lower. And then I'm going to draw where it hits the face. Okay, and I'll zoom in so you can see. Okay, it looks funny, but we are going to shade and it'll make a lot more sense. So you just have to really be paying attention and making sure that your nostrils, the sides of the circle, so I have to make that bigger. I didn't go to the edge. So that means these need to be bigger, and then this needs to be bigger. Okay, so you have to trust these guidelines. I promise it will help you. Okay, here's the bottom of the nose. All of this will make sense. Okay, I now, from the bottom of the nose right here, I use this one because you can see better. Here you can see, I want you to see, this comes with shading, but the lips are lifted up. See these highlights right here? So this is going down. Can you see that? So we're just going to draw straight from down here. We want to see it. I want this to go in a little bit more. There we go. That's the shape I'm looking for. So I just want to mark this a little bit because I want to see, I just want to see that. Okay? All right, so I know I'm going to shade. My nose will go up. Okay, I know this is a different girl, but you can see her mouth is open just like mine. It's a little easier for you to see. Okay, so I want these lines actually to come from the side of the nose. I just know that my lips are going to go up right there. Okay, then for the lips. This one back. Here you can see, sorry, I'm going to draw on this one. Okay, I'll go a little closer. So let's get these. So here you can see this kind of, we'll just do a circle in the middle. Sort of a teardrop shape. That didn't work. I'll go like this. Here you can see that a little bit better, right? Teardrop. It's different for everybody. And this one goes up. And it overlaps there. So we're going to start this. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. Start with my circle. And this teardrop is going to go down. So on the side, before you get started, you can just practice. So I'm looking at this, and I can see that this goes down. Here's my circle, and this one goes down. There's a space in between before I start. And these go up. These are bigger. Right? So those are the shapes that are right here that I'm going to get down here. So I'm going to start with this, and I want this to go down. So I'm going to come here, and I want this. Now, your mouth stops. Oops, you can't see. I'll zoom out. Your mouth stops at the corner. Again, I'm drawing light, the corner of your iris. You really want these to be straight. Looks like I'm a little off here. There we go. So it needs to be bigger than your nose. Here you can see from here, the corner of the iris, And what you see is that it is this skin. It's not the where the lips stop. It's the skin that gets folded. Okay, this is really important for you to see. Okay, so that kind of helps me. I'm going to start gauging this. There's my first shape. Here's my second teardrop shape. Again, it's the messy sketch. I'm going to adjust. So she does have a little teeth, so I think I'll leave this mark. And then right here, I want this one to be a little bigger, and it overlaps and it goes up. So again, I want this skin to get to that mark, right? This is sort of at an angle, so I want to make sure this gets down. There we go. This is really full bottom lip, so I'm making that teardrop shape bigger. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm gauging from here, you have your oval for your chin, but how much space? And I'm going to show you you know that this part, you have this little space in between from here to here. So I'm going to look at the space, probably right there. Let me get my oval. Okay, so now I have to do some surgery. That's what that means. So I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to take a look. I think this is a little low. I think the space from here to here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the lips. This is just part of the process. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to I'm just going to erase this because I can tell I need to bring the lips up. Okay, so I'll start with that circle again. I'm going to overlap.